वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवके परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Chapter 2, verse 60. Yatato yapi kaunteya yatato yapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha purushasya vipaschitaha indriyani pramathine indriyani pramathine haranti prasabham manaha haranti prasabham manaha. The turbulent senses, O son of Kunti, forcibly sway the mind of even a wise man who practices self-control. Purusasya vipaschitaha pramathini haranti prasabam manaha. It has emphasized here that forcibly sway the mind, and of who? Of even a wise man who practices self-control. So, Bhagwan emphasizes here to be extra careful when it comes to senses. Yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha indriyani pramathini haranti prasamam manaha. Here, Bhagavan Krishna has called the senses turbulent. And of course, in the 6th chapter, when we will see, Arjuna says the mind is turbulent. It means that both the senses and the mind are turbulent. The whole idea is one has to be extra careful. Similarly, here it is explained that senses carry away the mind, while in the same chapter it is explained that the mind carries away discrimination. It means that both senses and mind are impetuous. impetuous. So, a striver should control both of them, mind and senses. Not only mind, not only senses. Both should be under control. The term wise man has been used for the man who practices self control. And we can even see when we read our scripture, even the great man, the great soul, the saint, the Rishi, at some point, not all, there are an examples, they could not control themselves. And that's why it's written here that for the man who practices self control, even though even though they were very particular, very disciplined, who performs his duty without attachment and desire for its fruit, one who discriminates between the real and the unreal. Or you can say the virtual and factual. Right? So, who thinks of the welfare of all creature. It says here, those people, even those people, who performs his duty without attachment, without desire for its fruits, one who discriminates between the real and unreal, and who thinks of the welfare of creature, all creature, the turbulent senses of even such a wise man carry away his mind towards pleasure. One has to be extra careful when it comes to mind and when it comes to senses. The reason is that so long as mind is not permanently established in God, the past influences of enjoyment, of pleasures, attract the senses and mind towards pleasure forcibly. That's why there is a jap. That's why there is a meditation. That's why there is a concentration. That's why the word we use for devotee is bhakta. And opposite of bhakta is avibhakta, who is always connected with his root or with her roots. Root means Almighty. So what it says here, so long as mind is not permanently established in God, the past influences are going to come, are going to carry away. And it's written here, towards pleasures forcibly. Even some sages could not control this temptation. Therefore, a striver should never trust his senses and should be always on his guard. I cannot say that, no, amen. I can control myself. My senses, my mind are under control. No. And has to be extra all the time, alert. All the time think about it, that it must not take me towards the wrong decision. The temptation, the pleasure should not affect me. Moreover, he should never feel proud of sense control. That is again and equally important. Otherwise, no. Person become proudy that these are under my control, and that very proud can bring him or her down. Verse 61. तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः युक्त आसीत मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. Having controlled all the senses, a striver should engage in meditation, devoting himself heart and soul to me. His wisdom mind is stable, constant, whose senses are under control. What Bhagavan says, engage in meditation, devoting himself heart and soul to me. Tani sarvani sanyamya yukta asita matparaha. To me. By controlling the senses, a striver should devote himself heart and soul to me. Moreover, he should not feel proud of his sense control, because pride goes before a fall. He should rather feel that it was only grace of God which enabled him to control his senses. When it comes to this senses and pride and everything, I did share this with you in surely it must be in our Geeta class. There is a story of Akbar and Birbal, King Akbar and Birbal. So, what happens that Akbar invited Birbal on dinner, supper. So, king is king. It's a story. It may be true, it may not. But we just want to take the essence or the message. So, Birbal was invited by king. So, Table was set. It was only two people, the king, Akbar, and the Birbal. So, king is king. He just clapped. Okay. So, few cats came and climbed on that table, on the dining table. Then he clapped again. So his servant, the another was orderly, came with the candle and they put the candle on the head of cat. Then all the candles were lit. And they put the plates and started serving. And then, while they were eating, Akbar told to Birbal, look, Birbal.
Why are you breaking up too much? Bhai?
Yes, my internet. My internet.
Can't hear you too. You breaking up.
My internet problem. Internet. Now it's okay? I need to connect with
Maybe, I don't know.
maybe let me try with my mobile data.
Not your background.
Huh? No, background has nothing to do with it.
Sure.
Yeah, background has nothing
Because
to
that is strange.
No. Now, okay. Because I connect with my mobile data now. It should be fine. It should be fine. Okay. So, Birbal says, sorry, the Akbar says, did you watch? Did you notice that? It is said that the cat is an animal. It's always difficult to control them or give them command. But you see that all the cats, they are so disciplined, and we are having our meal in the light of that candle, and the candles are on the head of cats. Everybody say, yeah, it's really good. It's something really different. But I just want to ask you. Akbar says, yeah, what? Is it only for today you have trained all the cats, or it's a normal in your house? I mean, in your palace rather. So king said, no. Every day, every day, I have this candlelight dinner, and candles are always on the cat. Birbal say, yeah, that is something strange and surprising, but I would like to join again one of the days. King said, yeah, no problem. No problem. You can, because it's for me, it's daily. Nothing unusual. It's daily, so it's fine. Then the dinner was over. Again, King clapped. People came, took the candle. Again, clapped. All the cats went back. And it was going on. One fine evening, Birbal told to King Akbar that I really want to come. Is it fine for you tonight? King said, yeah, no problem. Everything happened as per the routine. They started eating, and slowly Birbal took out rat undar from his pocket and put on the table. The moment cats saw that rat, big chaos. Because they were after rat. So Birbal told, you see, King, the control, you can only control the cats till they don't see the rat. Are you getting me? So practice, and even though we practice, there should not be pride, there should not be ego. The ego should not be developed that, oh man, I can control my mind, I can control the senses, or the senses and minds are under my control, and no. So that's why it says it was only by the grace of God which enabled him to control his senses. Generally, in a striver following the discipline of action, there is predominance of action. Therefore, he develops egoism. You know, when it comes to action, okay, what we call so-called seva. I am sorry to put the adjective so-called, because the moment the person uses the word seva, that automatically the sprout of ego knowingly, unknowingly, okay, we must give the benefit of doubt. That's why I'm using the word knowingly, unknowingly, start growing. We are serving thousands of people. No. If you really want to find me, I'm always by the kitchen, I'm always by the door, I'm always by the surek, I'm always by this. I. I. And I mean, there can be plenty explanation when they, I mean, Christian, when they wear the cross. Okay, of course, it's related when Yeshua Christ was put on that cross. But one gentleman gave me very good explanation. I wouldn't say explanation, it can be his interpretation, rather, let me use this word, interpretation. But I like that. He says, cross mean, we know the like this, right? Okay, cut your eye. Cut your eye. Eye. No. So in that context, I have put the adjective so-called seva. I just did it. We don't have to make an advertisement for that. I did or we did and this and that, and it's fine. Do we advertise that, oh man, since 25 years I am taking shower? It's my nature. It's my nature. We don't advertise that. So, therefore, he develops egoism. Due to this egoistic feeling, he pays little attention to the divine grace. Though the endowment of human body, inclination, practice and success of this discipline are all the result of divine grace. By his special divine grace, Bhagavan Krishna is exhorting the striver to be devoted to him. And that's why our sages, they were very clever, and they have deeply studied the human psychology. Normally, we have been taught, we have been raised by that. No, Bhagwan ni Mirbani. Why is that? If we keep on saying that, it will become our nature. Or we say, oh, maybe my parents, with their blessing, either we normally use God or parents or ancestors, their blessing. There's a reason behind it. That will not allow ego to be developed. That's important. And that very reason, the not tradition or custom, but when we donate something, we will say, okay, put on my father's name or my mother's name. Reason behind it. Thus, he should devote himself heart and soul to him, thinking that he is God's and God in he is his.
It's 20 hours.
He is God's and God is his, while he is neither of the world nor is the world his. He should infuse a sense of I in only God, not in the world at all. This section deals with the discipline of disinterested action. Disinterested means without any expectation. Nishkam karma. So, Bhagavan Krishna should have told Arjuna some method of that discipline, but again, Very important thing. But Bhagavan Krishna time and again has laid great emphasis on devotion to him and has glorified it very much. That will come in chapter 6 also. Yogi namavi sarvesham madgate nantaratmana shraddhavan vachete yovam same yukta tamo matah. Among all yogis, he who worships me with faith, his innermost self merged in me, is considered by me to be the best yogi, most devout. Devotion. Vashehi yasyendriyani tasya pragna pradishtita. Bhagavan Krishna said that even with the cessation of sense objects, a striver does not become a man of steadfast wisdom. But here, Bhagavan says that the wisdom of the striver who has controlled his senses is stable. Why? The clarification is that even at the cessation of the sense object, the taste, relish for sense enjoyment persists. But here in this verse, the senses of the striver are controlled and his taste has also disappeared. Thus, the striver becomes stable in wisdom, mind, at the cessation of taste. The whole idea is again Jalebi and Shankaracharya. It's not that we only, when we eat jalebi and it's sweet, mithi. The wise man, the sage. But the taste of that jalebi will always stays there. Whereas the wise man, the Rishi, it's fine, it was good, then it's done. Those are steady in the wisdom. Bhagavan Krishna exhort the striver following Karma Yoga to devote himself, heart and soul to him by using the term Mat Paraha. Mat, me, Bhagavan. This is a special feature of devotion because without being devoted to him, total control over senses is difficult. And that's why. Of course, there are three, I wouldn't use the word faculty, but for our understanding, faculties: Karma Yoga, Gnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Okay. Gnan, the knowledge, of course, these are all three interconnected, but I am not going in that in deep. For us, Gnan is far, far, far away. Karma, action, there is always a possibility to develop ego. Whereas Bhakti Yoga, total surrender, complete surrender in his lotus feet. That's why it says total control over senses is difficult where? In Karma Yoga. Yeah. But if it is devotion, then what happens to me? I mean, I might be wrong, but that's my interpretation. If we totally surrender, okay, then it will be his responsibility. Yes, it will be his responsibility that he will take care of ego not to be developed. Yeah. In Karma Yoga, there is renunciation, and renunciation lead to peace and happiness. This happiness follows cessation of miseries. This is with a result of attaining something. A bhakti yogi attains eternal bliss. Therefore, without the bliss attained by devotion, love towards God, senses are not totally controlled. Secondly, in Karma Yoga, only by intense detachment, senses are controlled. But in devotion, being devoted to Almighty, even by little dispassion, senses are easily controlled. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna has used the term mat paraha. Of course, even bhakta or bhakti yoga not that easy, but still out of these three, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, is relatively easy. Relatively easy is a relative term. Must not forget that. Okay. That we must not forget. Anyway, in today's discussion, whatever you like, credit goes to all the sage, all the wise men, all the scripture, whatever I have heard, I have read, I have studied. Absolutely nothing belongs to me. As we know that our main reference book for our Gita class is Swami Ram Sukdas ji's Sadhak Sanjeevani. So credit goes to all the great men. We will conclude this class with 73rd verse of chapter 18. Nashto moha smrudirlabdha tvat prasadan maya achyuta sthitosme gata sandeha karishyē vachanam